What's up, history buffs? Welcome back to The Historian, where we dive deep into the stories that shaped our world. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, isn't this a history channel? Why are we talking about a guy who was born in the year 2000? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because today, we're making history with the wildest underdog story in modern basketball. This is about a kid who got roasted harder than a Thanksgiving turkey, got called overrated by his own peers, and then decided to become one of the most clutch players in NBA history, just to spite everyone. This is the Tyrese Haliburton, and trust me, it's more dramatic than any medieval battle I've ever covered. Chapter 1. The origin story. Our story begins in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. And no, not the overalls company, the actual city. It's February 29th, 2000, and Tyrese Haliburton is born on Leap Day. I mean, come on, universe. Could you make this kid any more unique? Oh, the man literally only has a real birthday every 4 years. Now, Tyrese's dad, John, was coaching a middle school girls basketball team, and apparently 3-year-old Tyrese had serious FOMO. His dad couldn't even tie his shoe and leave without this tiny basketball addict tagging along. Picture this, a toddler following around a bunch of middle school girls demanding to play basketball. That's either dedication or the beginning of a very weird Disney movie. Fast forward a few years, and young Tyrese is playing AAU ball with Tyler Herro. Yes, that Tyler Herro. But here's where it gets spicy. Tyler's dad, who was coaching the team, basically told Tyrese's parents their kid wasn't good enough. And get this, they didn't even have the courtesy to officially cut him. They just said he can come if he wants to, which is basically the basketball equivalent of we need to talk in a relationship. Brutal. But wait, it gets worse. When Tyrese joined a new AAU team, his shot was so bad that his coach used his 3-year-old grandson as a defender. A preschooler blocked this kid's shot while everyone in the gym laughed. Tyrese left practice in tears. But here's the thing about our boy. He came back the next day because apparently getting embarrassed by a toddler wasn't enough to crush his dream. Chapter 2. High School Hellfire. So Tyrese gets to high school, and his coach, Frank Shady, and yes, that's his real name, you can't make this stuff up, once called him the worst freshman I've ever coached. Now, I've covered some harsh historical figures, but Coach Shady might take the cake for most savage one-liner. Picture this. Freshman Tyrese shows up late to practice one time. Coach Shady makes him sit in the center circle while his teammates run sprints. Not just any sprints, enough sprints to make you think they were training for the Olympics in ancient Greece. It was like that scene from Coach Carter, except instead of Samuel L. Jackson, you had a Wisconsin high school coach with zero chill. But here's where the plot thickens. Junior year, Tyrese leads his team to an undefeated regular season. They're cruising, everyone's feeling good, and then Choke City in the state quarterfinals. Tyrese admits he completely folded under pressure. The kid who would later become Mr. Clutch literally choked when it mattered most. The irony is thicker than medieval armor, but redemption comes senior year. Tyrese averages basically video game numbers and leads Oshkosh North to their first ever state champion. He goes 18 for 18 from the free throw line in the finals. 18 for 18. That's not basketball, that's surgery. But despite winning a championship and shooting like he's playing on rookie difficulty, nobody cared because he was just some kid from Wisconsin. Chapter 3. College Chronicle. Enter Iowa State, where Tyrese finally gets his shot. Now, the head coach had produced 3 NBA guards, so when he says you've got potential, you listen. It's like getting a thumbs up from Julius Caesar. You know it means something. Here's my favorite part. An NBA scout comes to watch practice as a freshman. The coach thinks this highly touted transfer is getting drafted first, but the scout goes, nah, it's gonna be the skinny freshman who barely played. The scout's reasoning? He listens to everything. He fits in perfectly, and his demeanor is always positive. Basically, the NBA scout was like, I'll take the kid with good vibes over the star player any day. Sophomore year, Tyrese is projected as a lottery pick, about to become a millionaire, and then he breaks his wrist. But here's the kicker. Instead of sitting out and protecting his draft stock like any sane person would do, he tries to come back early and re-injures it. It's like watching someone trip, almost catch themselves, and then faceplant anyway. Most players would have packed their bags and focused on NBA workouts, but not our boy Tyrese. He stayed at Iowa, cheering for his teammates from the bench like the world's most expensive cheerleader. That's either incredibly loyal or incredibly stubborn, probably both. Chapter 4. NBA Arrival. Draft night 2020. Tyrese gets picked 12th by the Sacramento Kings. Now, calling Sacramento a basketball graveyard is like calling the Titanic a little wet. This franchise hadn't made the playoffs since Tyrese was 8 years old. But hey, at least the weather's nice. When Tyrese shows up to training camp, the Kings staff took one look at this 185-pound kid with the weird shot and thought, great, another project. But then the season started, and suddenly this project was shooting 41% from 3 and making everyone look silly. Playing next to De'Aaron Fox should have been a disaster. 2 ball-dominant guards never works, right? Wrong. Tyrese made it work because apparently he's some kind of basketball wizard who can make anyone look good. It's like he has a PhD in making your teammates better. Chapter 5. The trade that changed everything. February the 2022. Sacramento trades Tyrese to Indiana for Domantas Sabonis. At the time, it seemed fair. Both teams got what they needed. But looking back, it's like trading Leonardo da Vinci for a really nice house painter. Sure, both are artists, but come on. Tyrese gets to Indiana and immediately transforms the entire franchise. We're talking complete cultural renovation here, like going from a medieval castle to a Renaissance palace overnight. The Pacers went from playing at the 20th fastest pace to the 4th fastest. This man literally changed the laws of physics in Indiana. Chapter 6. All-Star Ascension. First full season in Indiana. 20.7 points, 10.4 assists, shooting nearly 50, 40, 90. For the non-basketball historians, that's basically the statistical equivalent of conquering 3 continents in 1 year. Oh, and he made his first All-Star team because apparently people finally noticed he was good at basketball. December 2023, career high 43 points on a franchise record 10 three-pointer. March 2024, another game winner, because apparently that's just what he does now. The man became automatic in clutch time, which is ironic considering he used to choke in high school. Character development. Chapter 7. The overrated poll. And then came the ultimate disrespect. 2025. His fellow NBA players voted him the most overrated player in the league in an anonymous poll. Let that sink in. The people who play against him every night thought he was overrated. It's like other historians saying, I don't know anything about history. The audacity. But here's where Tyrese's story gets legendary. Instead of crying into his pillow or posting angry tweets, he decided to respond the only way he knew how, by being absolutely unconscious in clutch time. Chapter 8. Clutch gene activate. 2025 playoffs arrive, and Tyrese transforms into the basketball equivalent of a historical legend. We're talking 12 for 14 on shots to tie or take the lead in the final 2 minutes. 12 for 14. That's not human. That's video game level accuracy. Game 5 against Milwaukee, down 7 with 35 seconds left. Most players would have started planning their summer vacation. Not Tyrese. He helps engineer one of the greatest comebacks in playoff history. It's like watching someone come back from the dead, except with more dribbling. Against Cleveland, down 14 with 1 minute left in Game 2. Again, any normal human would have accepted defeat. Tyrese scores 6 points in that final minute, including a three-pointer that defied the laws of physics, basketball, and common sense. Chapter 9. The Finals Run. Game 4 against the Knicks. 32 points, 12 rebounds, 15 assists, and 0 turnover. He became the first player in playoff history to hit those numbers with 0 mistakes. That's not basketball, that's art. It's like painting the Mona Lisa while juggling flaming sword. The experts say his game has traces of Magic Johnson, Steve Nash, and Jason Kidd. That's like saying someone has the military genius of Alexander the Great, the leadership of Winston Churchill, and the strategic mind of Napoleon. High praise from the basketball historians. At 25 years old, Tyrese has already proven that talent evaluation is basically astrology with statistics. This is a kid who got called overrated by his peers and responded by becoming one of the most clutch players in NBA history. It's the ultimate middle finger to everyone who doubted him. If you enjoyed this modern history lesson, smash that like button harder than Tyrese smashes fourth quarter three-pointers. Subscribe for more incredible stories and let me know in the comments, what other modern legends should we cover next? Until next time, keep making history.